the Corvette convertible pace car pulls away, we are set to get underway here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Green flag waves here at Indianapolis, and Greg Holler of Delphi gets them underway as they're 3 wide out in turn 1.
Oh, did you see Jeff Simmons did a pull, definitely a good move inside Thiago. So now guys need to be careful. The wind is very strong today. I tried this morning and it's very, very difficult side by side, and well, they made it. So let's see what's going to happen here. Oh, they touched.
Almost touched there, didn't they?
Oh man, they're racing already. That's the second corner only.
Yeah, and I think, you know, here we got Jeff Simmons driving for A.J. Foyt. That car won here a year ago, and there he's looking on the inside of Thiago as they head through turn 3. These guys got to remember to be patient. Just like you said, Helio, at the top of this show, patience does pay.
I tell you, Robbie, every time I put my helmet, I always forget what I keep talking about, you know, so I guess they're doing the same.
Yeah, but they're definitely settling down now here, so size up what your competition has. Who's good in 1, who's good in 2, 3, and 4. And like you say, we got a big wind that's blowing down that back chute that these guys didn't have yesterday. That wind plays a big factor the way it can hit these race cars and move them around. Those guys got to figure that out before they get too aggressive.
Thiago Medeiros, our leader. Jeff Simmons in the car that won here a year ago for A.J. Foyt. The Futaba Delphi machine in 2nd spot. Paul Dana back in 3rd. Lyondike is 4th. Jay Drake. How impressive was Jay Drake, never having been in an Indy car except for a test about 3 or 4 years ago, to get in a car and qualify so well here?
Well, that's what I say. When he got in a car here for this open test, that's only the 2nd time he's been in a rear-engine race car, and these cars handle very different than what he's used to. We know he's been incredibly successful in the midgets, the sprint cars, the Silver Crowns. This is a different type of racetrack, but he is a racer. He's not afraid to stick his nose in there.
Looks already putting another move as well in Paul Dana, and cautions out.
Yeah.
Yellow being shown on lap number 3 here early on, as we have smoke from the back of one car. There's been in the left front wing is missing.
Yeah, that's John Herb, I think.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So John Herb, who is a veteran of the Indianapolis 500, ran the 500 back in 2001, finishing 27th, and there has been some contact. So we have the first yellow coming out on lap number 3, and there's the debris. There's his left front wing on the racetrack, and that certainly will be a.
It looked like there was another car that got high through that turn. I'm not sure who that was, but that's probably who John Herb got in contact with. Hopefully it didn't hurt that other car that's out there. We see smoke from
here you go.
Yeah, and I think that's the car of Billy Rowe.
Oh, really?
Indeed, that is Billy Rowe.
Yes.
The 47-year-old driver out of Indianapolis in the Xbox Team ISI machine.
Look at that.
Great action here in the early laps. Here is Jeff Simmons and Thiago Medeiros starting the dash, and look how close they are.
Yeah, they did touch. Yeah. It's unbelievable. And you want to do something like that right on the first, actually not even the first lap. So, but hopefully that's not going to affect Thiago's cars through the run. Huh?
Yeah. So here we got the incident that just occurred. Oh,
look at that, man.
Yeah.
He's squeezing to the wall, and the other one. Whoa. Man, that was a tough one. Look at that.
Hard on the brakes on the inside. Looks like there was some contact.
Well, that was Rolando Quintanilla, I think, that was hard on the brakes there. I'm not sure where Herb lost that wing.
You know, sometimes, obviously, IndyCar has much more power than this one's, but sometimes that's the distance it takes for to set up a guy and try to make a pass. You see how he's approaching? Oh, that's the Thiago passing.
I think that's Jay Drake.
I thought he was running up there.
That's Gary Peterson toward the back of the pack there. Yeah, the team car.
Oh, you're right.
Oh,
Okay.
it's the same car.
Yeah,
it's like Sam and I, you know. So,
yeah. Why do people do that? I wonder.
Just sometimes Sam's running in the back, and when he spun and crashed, oh, Helio crashed. It wasn't me. Come on.
Thiago Medeiros, our leader. Thiago, who led wire to wire from Phoenix in their last outing, led 37 laps at Homestead Miami Speedway. We have trouble.
Boy.
Down in the corner, and heavy impact.
Yeah, it is.
That is the
Jesse
youngster,
Mason, yep.
Jesse Mason, out of Niagara Falls, Ontario, the Segway transportation machine for Brian Stewart Racing. And the young man, the rookie driver, has hit pretty hard there in the corner.
Yeah, we'll have to go back here and see what brought all that on.
The angle seems that he went straight, doesn't it? It looks like he went straight. Maybe something broke, or I don't know. It's a weird position that he hit on.
Jesse Mason finished 3rd at Homestead, 4th at Phoenix, and so impressed Brian Stewart that he wanted to put him in a race car. The young man studying engineering over in England.
Okay, they're coming down the front straightaway and heading into turn 1.
Oh, Quintanilla came down and oh my goodness.
Yeah. And that's just what happened. I mean, Quintanilla got underneath him, and you know, two cars can't get in the same place, and they touched wheels, and unfortunately, Jesse Mason got the worst of that and ended up in the outside wall. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, and again, that turn is very difficult, turn one. It's so it depends, you know, when you're approaching the corner, it looks like the banking going low a little bit and then comes high again. Obviously in that situation you have somebody inside, so you need to back off or at least try to prevent before, you know, before the guy put the car there.
Yeah. And a tough scenario that you're going to have come race day here, Helio, too, is, you know, when you get these cars going side by side, the car on the outside, the car on the high side of that track, yeah, he knows he's there, but he can't get up too high on that racetrack because there's less grip up in that gray area of the racetrack. So you're doing what you have to do to keep the car down, knowing you got a car on the inside of you, but the last thing you want is to get up into that gray area when you're just along for the ride.
You're absolutely right. In fact, yesterday I had almost an incident with Tony Kanaan. We came to turn one. He made the pass, and unfortunately I have to really slow down. And obviously he noticed that he had to slow down as well because otherwise we would have crashed. So that was a interesting situation. But again, they are learning. Obviously, what can I say? You know, things like that happen. Hopefully nothing happened.
Yeah, you know, everything looks good looking inside his car there in terms of, you know, no extra vibration or anything from his wheel.
A little push. I think it knocked the toe out.
Yeah.
So a little push. Well, 3 laps to go, so you better be.
Let's show you what happened a moment ago. Look, what's left side of your screen. Here he comes.
Oh, yeah. Right. He kissed it.
Yeah.
I kissed that wall, man. It's not fun.
Yeah, and there's the in-car of it.
You see the toe? The steering changed completely right away.
Yeah, he knew he was going to do that. When you saw that in-car, you saw him just turn the wheel all the way to the right when he busted. So he knew he got high there.
Yeah, now he just hopefully going to hold up. Looks like okay.
Well, you can't drive it any harder than that when you kiss the wall. I mean, you're using as much as you can. Here's Quintanilla, whose car loops off the corner and has contact on the inside. He's having such a great run.
Man, you know what? The wind is really strong in that direction and hits right on the back. Unfortunately, like Rob was saying, he had 2 cars in front of him. He probably would take advantage of that, but that sometimes really catches you surprise.
And at this point in the race, he's pushing it through there.
That's
he needed to get a good run off of turn 2, because if you're going to make a pass here, it's coming off of 2, getting a good run down that back straightaway, and getting underneath the guys in front of him. So he was just driving his race car.
You know, 2 years ago, Rolando Quintanilla had his 2 best finishes. He finished 6th at Michigan and Gateway. Last year, he finished 6th at Texas. This year, in this race, he was running 6th. His 2 best finishes this year are 6th.
Do you see what happened? He was actually the guy in front of him, which is Bleacher. Oh man, I thought I had a hard name. He left a little bit of clean air inside, so Quintanilla put it inside. Obviously the wind hit him on the back, and then, sorry man, that's what happened.
Yeah, and there we see him. He's out of the car and he's flying. I'm sure he's just you know, just mad that that's the way his day's ending.
Boy, so I guess final lap. Yeah.
One more look at what happened here coming off the corner.
Look at that. And Rob, you're right. He was really trying to push it, man.
He was doing what he had to do to get a run and gain a position there. I'm familiar with that scenario.
Remember?
Yeah.
I was just about to ask that.
Yeah, actually, you and I probably did. That's very. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
I think there was
2001.
2001.
I was leading. Roy was right behind. Exactly the same thing happened.
And my mental approach was I was doing whatever I had to do to get that guy. And Rolando had a good race car.
Yep.
You know, we saw him work his way up. So, but that's what this series is all about, is for these young drivers coming up through the ranks to, you know, hone their skills. And that's all part of it.
There is Oscar Medeiros, who is the father of Tiago. He's come all the way from Sao Paulo. He came last year for a number of times to see his son win. And he said, my son has had dreams of winning in Indianapolis, following in the footsteps of Helio Castroneves. And today, 21-year-old Tiago Medeiros will realize a dream. He is a winner at the